Hey friends, it's Jen. I have been for this past year been exploring the art of reading tarot. And this year, 2020, has been, we can all agree, such an unpredictable year. And I was introduced to tarot as a tool for self-care, as a psychological tool to help critically think about what's going on in my life, and as for myself, a form of prayer, connecting to God and asking for help in figuring out where I should go and what I'm being called to do. So whether you think, messages are divinely inspired, or you just think, hey, maybe this is a cool psychological tool I could use to help me critically think about my life and what's going on, I found that it's just been a really good tool for self-care and grounding myself and kind of cutting myself a little bit of slack and giving myself a little bit of grace, and focusing on the things that I can control. That said, since I've been doing this for myself personally and found great value in it, I have been thinking and toying around with the idea of starting to do some readings on my pages. And I was just pulling some cards just for like an idea of what I would want to start reading about. And typically I'd want to shuffle cards on camera, but I just thought this message was really lovely. I was asking what would be something collectively helpful. And what I pulled I thought was really lovely, and I wanted to share with you all as is. So hope you like it. Let me know if you like this kind of video or not. And I'm just gonna keep doing it either way. But if you do like it or don't, I can maybe adjust things here and there. But more than anything, I hope that, maybe there's some messages in here that'll resonate with you and bring you some peace. So let's get into it. So when I was pulling, I was just trying to pull a single card to kind of get a vibe of and a direction of, what collective advice would be helpful. And both of these cards came out. The Temperance card and the Two of Pentacles, which both talk about balance and keeping things balanced. And I thought that, it was kind of fun that I pulled both out with similar meanings. And when you go further into the spread, the Temperance and the Two of Pentacles are sort of the umbrella cards, right? The overall message is having some balance in our life. I mean, I know that our lives, at least my life, has seemed to be pretty, like I said before, unpredictable, especially this year. Not exactly sure where I'm going. And with my, I guess, approach at life currently, I'm always trying to figure out what this next thing I need to do. What should I do? And this is telling me, like, collectively, like, we all just need to take a pause, take a breath, and make sure that, we're not too wound up in any particular area of our life right now, and that we try to find some balance. Going further into the spread, I pulled a Three of Cups, which is it's a really happy card. It's a celebratory card. You see these ladies are having a ball, getting lit, and beneath it, to clarify it, I got the Four of Cups reversed. So what this means to me is the message that we need to take the time whenever we can to find our little wins. Find the little things to celebrate. This year's been so overwhelming, but we need to focus on the things that we do have right now. We need to focus on the things that do bring us some joy and celebrate that. Now, the Four of Cups in reverse, to me, in this reading, intuitively, what I'm getting is that, this isn't exactly how we've probably wanted to celebrate things, right? Thanksgiving's coming up. If you're seeing this at this point, if you're watching this when I upload it, Thanksgiving's around the corner. And I know a lot of people are sad that they're not able to have the kind of Thanksgiving that they typically have. But this is a reminder that, listen, even though things aren't maybe the way that we want them to be, we still have lots of cause to celebrate. We still have really beautiful connections that we can connect with and lift our spirits and help us sort of get through the rest of this year. So find the wins where you can, find the reasons to celebrate, little, big, but again, do it safely. Again, it may not be the way we typically like to celebrate, but there is cause and there are ways to do so. So embrace it. Do something small, but it just brings you joy. Coming up next, we have the Two of Swords. And this card's, for me right now, is about not knowing which direction you need to go. It's an intuitive card, and you're trying to think, hey, I have this path before me, and I'm trying to figure out what's the right direction for me. I thought this was interesting. I didn't necessarily do this on purpose, but this card, when I laid it out, slipped between the Temperance card and the Two of Pentacles. So for me, what that's saying is that you can just, first of all, relax. Just focus on being balanced in general. And with Temperance, to me, this is more, I feel like, a spiritual balance I'm getting through this card. And the Two of Pentacles feels like a more earthly, grounded balance. So through both spirit and, your life in the material, your job, your family, your house, although family can be spiritual too, but just keeping, try to keep an even keel. Another thing that I'm getting, because I had the Death card clarified underneath the Two of Swords, and don't worry, death does not mean necessarily in general physical death. It's typically an ending. And what I'm getting from this, especially the way this was laid out, between these balancing cards and this decision, trying to balance these decisions that you have in front of you, is that honestly, thinking that you have these two different directions, these two different paths, don't stress it, because your new beginning, the new sun coming over the horizon, your new opportunity isn't even what you're thinking it is. It isn't between these two options. Honestly, something's going to happen to shift to bring you to something even better. So the message is, please just don't stress. The right, quote unquote, what is right? But the path that you're going to be happiest with will present itself, and it may not look like what you think it is right now. So just, let go of as much stress as you can, and just, again, try to balance yourself, both in your body and in your soul. Finally, we have the Four of Pentacles clarified by the Ace of Wands. And the Four of Pentacles is sometimes about being frugal. And I'm seeing, it may be a good idea to not spend extravagantly or wildly or impulsively, not out of a sense of scarcity or you need to be worried about money, but because there is a really fun, awesome opportunity coming around the corner. You're being offered something that will ignite your passion. I mean, I feel like this is the bottom deck energy, is the Eight of Pentacles, and it's just been sort of that vibe this whole year, where it's been just feeling like you're constantly working. And for me, I feel like one of those, like on the hamster wheel, constantly trying to move forward, but I'm just going round and round in circles. And that's kind of how you feel. And what choice is there but to keep going right now? But there is sort of this like limbo feel, and I'm just constantly working. What am I, just this workhorse, and I'm just going to keep going until I die? No. It's easy to get in that mentality this year, but there is something exciting. There is something that's going to spark our passions, all as individuals. But this year, what we've gone through this year, it's not permanent. Things are changing. So be ready. This is more of a card of be ready, both, I guess, materially and spiritually. Keep yourself balanced. Don't freak out too much about anything, because you're good. It's all good. Spend some time with people where you can, whether that's virtually or in your, quarters, the people that you have been around. Find a way to connect to people that you do love and that bring you joy. Don't stress what's next, because it's going to come to you, and all you got to do is make sure you're at an equilibrium to accept it and be ready to keep going. So I hope that was a helpful message to you. If you like this, I may keep doing more of these. And I hope that you are all doing well.